What's up, guys? Philip at Trade Genius. Time for Litecoin update. Really nice move up in the last few hours, and I really think that this move probably is going to start this next leg, and what I think is going to be the really explosive leg prior to the Litecoin halving. So let's dive into the charts and see what we can expect for the days and weeks ahead on Litecoin.
Trade Genius.
All right, guys, looking at the weekly chart, cup and handle formation. Handle is playing out perfectly, just taking out these levels, and now we're going to be, the recent high was 107.60. I fully expect that to get tested, but really good volume on the weekly. This current weekly bar volume has dropped off a bit, and I saw that across the board on the alt market. Wasn't a lot of activity this week, kind of just chopping around. This follows that Bitcoin fat finger event, but I think structurally though this is shaping up really well, and as you can see, we start getting up in this area, we start probing into this volume void here, and I'm going to be looking at this area that stems from 117 to 124. Somewhere in there we could see a wick up into that and then a pullback to this trend line or so. At that point, $100 is going to be a big level that I think would support any pullbacks or bounces to. But in the way of the weekly, there hasn't been much of a pullback since this bottom here off of this pullback from this big surge breakout bar, which retraced back down into this support area here. And now we're looking at this current. So basically from that move, pull back into the fib area, and the extension on that fib area is approximately just under $116. And again, I think once we clear this prior high, I think the moves through these levels can be very, very fast. So keep an eye on that. Again, measured move off of this cup and handle formation is going to take us up into this $174 area. I still don't see any reason why we don't see that. The halving event is in August, so I think that this does play out. We don't have a lot of time left, but I am expecting this to happen prior to that halving. So looking very good there on the weekly. If we look at the daily, okay, daily, again, nice volume, average volumes going up, a big volume on today's bar, and today's candle, nice big engulfing type bar on good volume, increasing volume. The other thing you want to keep in mind is the LTC BTC value. I know a lot of you also trade in that in terms, getting in and out of your Bitcoin positions. I like this chart a lot, and this tells me a lot about Litecoin in terms of strength against Bitcoin. Breaking this downtrend line on volume, that's how these LTC BTC moves start, and I really like it here. You have a moneymaker buy firing, which, by the way, if you guys are interested in that, head over to tradelikeagenius.com and check out our Memorial Day specials there. Big volume on this. I like it. Everything's just looking very bullish here for what I think is going to be our final leg up. And we've also had some good news. We got about 73 more days or so before the Litecoin halving. OKX exchange are going to be starting some promotions regarding Litecoin. So we'll see what those entail as those events start being announced. So there's going to be quite a bit of hype on this, guys, and I'm expecting a fair amount of FOMO that goes into this. So you want to be positioned now. You don't want to be chasing it. But Litecoin BTC, this level here, basically support, I think any accumulating under this level here, approximately 0.013 or so, I think is a good thing. Once this breaks above here, expect maybe a quick retest if you're fortunate enough, catch that, and then back off to the races. Litecoin is respecting kind of what I call the overbought, oversold channel, and it went up to the oversold portion of this channel. Again, this is drawn kind of way back when to encompass these few gyrations that we've had. But you'll notice that when you generally do get overbought in the channel, you'll tend to come back to the 200 period moving averages, which we did here. So like on this big move, you notice how fast this is. 2017. Look how fast that moves. So that's, Litecoin can melt faces. It's just that you just need to make sure you're taking your profits, because when it does make these moves, a lot of times the pullbacks will be pretty quick. And so you saw that here, good size pullback from these levels. That's to be expected. But like I said, I expect this next move to pop us out of this channel and explore this territory. Do not be surprised if you actually see like a 0.03 type move up here, especially if it decides to rocket as we get closer to that halving. But I do think that this pops before the halving, and then the halving itself may be bearish or just quiet. That's typically how the halving cycles have been playing out in the past. But again, switching back to LTC USD, again, we're coming out of this handle. And the interesting thing here, guys, I fully expect this move to break, which would likely imply that Bitcoin gets over that $8,500 hump. And I know a lot of people are eyeballing Bitcoin, but I really do think that this Litecoin halving cycle has actually been most of the catalyst for starting this bottom on most of the crypto markets, especially like Bitcoin. So don't be surprised if you see Litecoin actually taking the lead and breaking through some of this resistance that it's been basically huddling under, and then you see Bitcoin do the same. All right, not a popular thought, but I think people forget that Litecoin actually started getting more bullish and leading Bitcoin on this bottom that happened in December. So there it is, guys. Hope that helps. Again, pretty much staying on course for what we've been talking about over the last few weeks with Litecoin. But I think this is an important move here today that we've seen. I think it could definitely be the catalyst to start moving into this resistance area and breaking well into the 100s. And like I said, ultimately, we'll be looking at this 174 level. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please hit like and subscribe. We appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.
Trade Genius.